Hey guys, welcome to NAS 716 Studio. We're back at our show once again. The show is called Mind Your Business with NAS. My name is Anas Mingla. I am the owner of NAS 716, one of the owners. My wife will claim that she's the owner. But before we introduce the show that we have today, it's a nice show. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it, especially if you are doing a business or you're thinking about starting a business. You don't want to miss this guest we have today. Let's talk about the schedule, our regular schedule. On Monday, like we are actually on 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday. On Monday is Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. 6 p.m. On Tuesday is Vibing with Vicky Weidman. She's working at Niagara Falls City Hall right now. A good show that you do not want to miss. On Wednesday is Faith Matters with Dr. Nasir Khan. He's been out for the last couple of weeks because he's busy with Erie County Fair. He set up a book fair there. We'll have him back on again. And on Thursday, you will get my show, which is Mind Your Business. And what I do is I try to get people from different aspects of businesses and try to get ourselves motivated to get back to the world of business. It's a wonderful world. And as for the schedule go, I do have a surprise. I'll tell you about that later on. I don't want to ruin it right now. I want to tell you that we most likely won't be on next whole week, and why that is. We'll talk about this when we come back. At the end of the show, I'll mention that. So on our show, we have our friend, our family friend, a wonderful, nice person that nicest person that you can ask for, Ann Enger. Hey,
Thanks
welcome to the show.
me. This is really fun.
Yeah. Okay. So she is director, as you can see on the screen, director of Ibero Busienss Center right here in Western New York. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Thank you. First of all, I'm very happy to be here live at the NAS 716 Business and Cultural Center, where my office moved in May. Very happy to be here. Ibero Busienss Center is we're an affiliation of Ibero American Action League out of Rochester. It's an agency that supports Latinos and the underserved and really wants to empower and uplift everyone in the community. So they do a lot of work with seniors and youth, and entrepreneurship happens to be one part. We have an Ibero Busienss Center here where we do entrepreneurship, and then one in Geneva, where my colleague Tanya Hassler is the director, and our senior director is Augustine Rodriguez, whom you've met.
Yeah, wonderful guy. Yeah.
And yep, he's a wonderful guy, and that's in Rochester. And so we are all working to help entrepreneurs and support small business. And
right.
I can go into a lot of details, but just stop me at any time, or you may continue with your questions.
No, okay, that's what I want to know. So right now you do have an office in Niagara County, and that's right here in this building.
Right here at 6951 Williams Road. Yep. We are very conveniently located. What I like about this office is there's parking. It's accessible from the Tonawondas, from Erie County. It's accessible from Niagara County. Yeah, it's a very convenient spot. We have the conference room where we're going to be running our classes like right here. It's a great space.
This is the only location that you have in Niagara County, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you moved in here a few months ago, and I know that you've been meeting other business organizations in the area too. You met with the Niagara County members.
Well, what we regularly do is we do connect with other economic development agencies in actually all across Western New York. So there's a lot of people, like I like to say to people that are thinking of starting a business or have started a business, is there are a lot of people in Western New York that want to see you succeed. So whether it's the small business development centers or Buffalo Niagara SCORE does a lot of wonderful things, the Small Business Administration. I mean, in Erie County and Niagara County, there's micro enterprise, a lot of people from the Westminster Economic Development Initiative, which serves in Erie County, but a lot of people that are starting small businesses can access microloans. Like, we all just try to stay aware of what other people's programs are, to to be able to be as helpful as possible.
So it is said that the small businesses are the backbone of any society, any culture, because they bring in the taxes and they keep people employed, and the cycle of economy going. How do you feel? Is this the best time to get back to, because we're getting out of COVID right now. We've been in a shelter, we've been home, and we haven't been thinking about business. So what's your take on that?
You know what, Anas, we've met a lot of people in 2020 that were starting their businesses. I recently had a conversation with a woman who I said, like, when did you actually start your business? And she said, March 15th, 2020. You know, like it was, a lot of people were just prompted by their situation to start it. But really, any time is probably a good time. And it's what you do, some of the steps that you can take that make a difference.
You actually made the point that I kind of keep making here too. Like we always think about starting something, and we're like, what's the best time? Whenever you're ready, whenever you think it's the time to start something, that's the best time to start a business.
Well, my mother would say that about children as well. So, like, if you wait until you're ready, you may never be ready.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with the business as well, because I always want to go for a run. And it's always, I'm busy with something, because we always make excuse in our heart, like, okay, it's too cold, or I'm too busy. And then you see somebody, it's going to be like really, really cold, and maybe snow on the ground too, and you see somebody going for a run, because to them, they just have to go for a run. Yeah. And that's the same thing for the business as well. Yeah. Don't let anything else stop you. Yeah. Since you're dealing with a lot of other people who are in the business world, or who are about to start business, what would you say that some of the most common characteristics or attributes that a person who starts business, a person who has business, has versus people who don't have anything?
First of all, people that start businesses usually have multiple ideas. So, and may I just say about your running analogy, as a runner myself, or, I used to run in the winter, and I would say to my sister, it's a 2-hat day, it's that cold, but you really sometimes you just have to force yourself into the clothes and then just start. So just begin. They say begin, that's the hardest part, then the rest is easy. Yeah. But what was your question before I went off on my running tangent?
So what are the few... Thank you. What are the few of the attributes that people have?
Oh yeah, so like most people that are successful have not, I shouldn't say successful, just anybody that is entrepreneurial has multiple ideas. Like they may have one idea, but usually if you start a conversation with them, if I said to you, oh, you own this business? Do you possibly own another business as well? Are there other businesses that you're involved in? And you probably have like a lot of ideas for things. And I used to have a boss, like if I would say, I have a million ideas, and my boss would say, well, pick 3 and focus on them. So really, if you could, if somebody has a passion for something and they really want to do it, you could start a business out of anything if somebody really enjoys it. And when we start talking about what that process is and what it could be, it's like, what are some of the first steps? And we can talk about them, in a few minutes.
And then for our audience as well, I totally forgot to get them engaged in this too. Hey, you can actually send your questions and comment right here on this show. If you're watching the show live, you can send your questions in, and we'll be able to display them on the screen. And if it's a question or comment, we can even have Ann here comment on that as well, and be able to answer. But or if it's too late, if the show has recorded, or you're too shy to ask a question, you can still send your questions, comment directly to her too. She'll at the end of the show, she will put her information in the comments as well. So she'll make it easy for people to reach out, because her goal is to help people start the business. So let me ask you a question about that too.
Yeah.
Let's say that somebody who's totally new to this world, they just graduated from school, or they just had a job, working at a corner store or something, and all of a sudden they have an idea, but they don't have any resources, they don't know how to go about that. They may not have education or training in this as well. Where do we start?
So first of all, most people think, if I just had like enough money, if I had all the money in the world, I could just go out and start my business. I could buy a space, or I could rent a space for my restaurant or my cafe, or I could start my construction company, or I could buy all the tools I need for my landscape company. But I would say the most important thing, think about this, the most important thing is probably planning. Like you don't want to spend like the rest of your life planning, but you could put a nice little business plan together. And people could Google, right now we're working with this concept, it's relatively, it's been around for a while, but it's becoming more and more popular with people that are writing business plans. So someone could just go to YouTube and type in business model canvas, and they could look at this one-page business plan, and it's just going to start asking them questions about
what is it called again?
It's called the business model canvas.
Okay,
business model canvas.
See, Qasim, if you can pull it up.
And,
We'll see if we can.
So there's all kinds of them on YouTube. You'll find all kinds of. You'll find a 2-minute video, 5-minute video, 7-minute video. I like to say, but really, when they say train the trainers, they're always saying people that are just starting, like this scenario you've described. Need to know what problem they're solving. So every business is solving a problem. I would say to you, what's the last thing you spent money on? If it was a cup of coffee, you were solving your desire for a cup of coffee. Like if it was for whatever it was that you spent your money on. So people that start businesses are solving problems for someone else.
That is a really good point, because I remember, of course, so he has it on the screen. This is how the planning should go. Before you decide to throw money at a business, you need to make sure that you understand that even this might be too complicated for a lot of people. So this is why you need somebody like Ann to sit down with you and try to explain to you where you need to focus on, how you get to understand this structure as well. I remember when you moved into this building. By that time, we already have Aero Transportation, the transportation business that we have. We've been running that for a few years. We were just starting this new business, NAS Business and Cultural Center, and we were working on we already started the business, but we were writing down the business plan for that. And in my mind, I'm like, it's too late. We already have business, and we already have both business started. But even at that time, when I started working on it, actually helped me a lot. I'm like, it's just like you basically step away from everything and you look at the whole picture, which is sometimes very difficult when you're involved in the business. So would you say that
it's never too late. It's a dynamic document. In fact, they encourage you to look at your business plan regularly. It's really like a roadmap for you, like where should I be going now? And particularly with the business model canvas, it's really just to help you answer some of your own questions.
So that exactly is the point, that even if you already have a business, you already started this, it's not too late to sit down and have a plan. And it doesn't mean that you always have to follow that 100%, but it does give you a roadmap, does give you an idea where you want to go. Because without that, you'll be lost, because it becomes very stressful. Speaking of stress, we're going through a very tough time with that too. People are mentally stressed and depressed and everything. So for you or for other people who are in the business world, how do you relax? How do you relax your mind?
I spend a lot of time in the garden.
Yeah, okay.
So I like to plant and dig and pull weeds and water. I do that over and over and over and over. But I also enjoy running, and walking. Yeah. I
might need your help in my garden. But in military too, we talk about this. We do, the family is important. If your faith is important to you, you go to church, or meeting other like-minded people. So family, friends, all that is very important. Workouts, it is very important as well. Whatever your hobbies are, have something on the side. Another thing that I heard, and I think you'll agree too, you need to have some sort of discipline in your life. It's not easy, because people with who are entrepreneur people, we have a lot in our mind. There's so many things going around, but try to harness the your life, your reality as much as possible. right?
Yeah, like I think if sometimes, let's just go back to a point where like if you're talking about what would maybe a first step be for somebody and
Yeah.
they have all this other energy, a lot of the people that we're working with are startups or they're entrepreneurs that are just thinking about starting a business and they're working a full-time job. So they're taking all that stress from their full-time job and they're coming in. Like for example, we have a class coming up in September, which I warmly invite anybody to sign up for. And it's an evening class where we bring in mentors. We talk about how to start a business, talk about marketing, we talk about pricing, talk about how to legally set up your company. But sometimes even just taking that step to involve yourself in that program can be just, you're in a room with other entrepreneurs that all have the same questions, that think that maybe, do I belong here? Do I not belong here? And you kind of have a lot of camaraderie with people that are doing the same thing that you're doing.
Okay, let's get back to the class that you mentioned. I do have it on the paper here too, but I think my son is trying to pull it on the computer, so you can actually look at it on your screen here as well. Can you zoom in a bit, Torsa? So it's a business plan, business startup program. The class starts on September 12th to October 26th. Is it Monday to Friday?
2 nights a week, Monday and Wednesdays.
Monday and Wednesday. Okay,
Yep.
It does say that right there. I apologize. And then it's 5:30 to 7:30. Kind of same time when my class is, when the studio show is going to.
It might be 6 to 8, but we can,
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
we'll be negotiable.
So, okay. And then it's right here at 6951 William Road, in the same building where the studio is, Niagara Falls, New York. This is located at the corner of Williams and Lancelot Road, close to Niagara Falls Airport. It's a very minimal fee, $100,
Yeah.
nothing at all, because they're going to walk away with so much knowledge and new ideas that they can.
So an important part of this is this year we have a pitch competition where they could win money. So it's really exciting.
Can I join too?
You can join the class.
Okay, good. All right, and then I just want to mention this again, if you want to put it back on the screen here. You can reach Ann and her team at 716-481-8284, and her website is iberobusiensscenter.org, or you can just send her email at ann.enger@iaal.org.
Perfect.
I think.
Yep.
Then,
Yeah, there's a sign-up sheet right on the website. If people want to sign up,
Yeah.
they can take care of everything right
And then
there.
during weekdays, they can definitely stop by here as well if you want to talk to her before this thing starts. Let me see. So thank you for doing this. This is
Yeah.
great. This is great, and I feel like we talk about like any time is best time to start, but right now is best time to get back to the world of business as well, because people are just, it's just like we've been through a very dark night. People are waking up. People thinking about doing something special, something with their life. We just before the show we were talking about how companies are struggling with hiring people. We talked about the police department or the military as well,
Yeah.
And then if you have a better idea, you just become your own boss. You don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with anyone else.
But if somebody, a couple of the other things that Ibero Busienss Center can help people with is during COVID, and right at the beginning of COVID, and we're still working on some of those pandemic relief programs. So we helped a lot with like the Paycheck Protection Program or the Economic Injury Disaster Loans and Grants and things like that. So it was known as PPP and EIDL and all those acronyms. But right now, New York State still has grant money available for people who suffered financial hardship during the pandemic. So if you were a business, or if you know somebody that was in business that suffered economically from 2019 to 2020, there's still grant money available. So they can call me, or they could visit the New York State website. It's New York NYS smallbusinessrecovery.com, or just call me and I will help you. There's very clear eligibility requirements for it, and but that's something that I just want people to know, that we're out there to be helpful for that grant, for the New York State grant, and regarding, when you're saying other people, come back to work or stepping into programs like our class or something like that. One of the other things that we're doing now, it's brand new, not new, but we're just recently partnering with Grow with Google. So we're going to be working with 5 webinars in September with Grow with Google. So people that it may suit their schedule to be attending those. We'll put all of those on our website and get those dates up there too for people so that they know what they are.
What is that?
So Grow with Google, Google has been really helpful to small businesses with, how to set up your professional domain, website, getting the domain, a professional email, like just a whole bunch of different things related. What can Google do to help you be better online, like to communicate, to look better, to make your business better. And I should add, which I haven't said yet, is the Ibero Busienss Centers, we're one of 22 or 23, they kind of go up and down, entrepreneurship assistance centers across New York State. So we're partners with Empire State Development, and we have all these colleagues that are up and down the state. So these Grow with Google partners, about 8 of our fellow EACs, Entrepreneurship Assistance Centers, are also doing this. So from Staten Island to Queens to Rochester, Binghamton, Geneva, and here in Western New York. So you would be on calls with people that are from all over the state that are all there to learn about things. And it's really, there's a wealth of opportunity. I must say there's a lot of information for people, but you don't want to just overwhelm people either with like, here, go to this website, go to that website. I just want you to know there are some basic steps people could take to get their business.
There are resources available, and I feel like these resources are available. I wish they were available when we were starting businesses too. Maybe they were available, just like other people. We didn't know where to go and.
Yeah, so this is a very important point, because a lot of people will say to me, I didn't know you were here, or I didn't know these classes were running. I'm like, I'm doing everything I can to get the word out, but just like everybody, so I would reiterate that there are a lot of people in Western New York that want to help you succeed. So part of what we also do is referrals. Like if I'm not the person to help you, we're going to find the person that can help you.
Okay.
And this place here, like I would come back to where I am now, the NAS 716 Business and Cultural Center, 6951 Williams Road. It's just like swimming with potential here. Like there's a lot of small businesses that have already come to this building to like it's a business incubator. So there's people that are already here making use of this space, and then there's still available space. So I think that's something really wonderful too. Like you're a resource for people that I would refer people to. Like I would add you as to my list of people that I'm aware of out there.
Oh, thank you so much. And speaking of NAS 716, we do have a small video custom. If you have the video ready, it's a 2-minute video that we just to tell you what the building is about.
Oh, great.
And then we'll come back and we'll end the show in a few minutes after that.
Community. So here in the building we have over 20 offices. About half of them are already rented with different professional services. We have a chiropractor, a massage therapist, eyebrow threading, henna tattoos. BOCES is here to teach English as a second language. We have Ibero Busienss Services that helps people start their own businesses.
My goals and dreams have always occupied a space in my mind, but because of NAS 716, I'm able to put those goals and dreams into action.
The way I found NAS 716 is by online. I was looking for a couple places. This was very convenient for me where I was. I love, my space. It's perfect for what I do. I do lashes. It's just been I have a lot of creative freedom here. I've worked at a couple salons before, so I've never had this experience of being solo. I come and go as I please. Everyone is super nice here. I feel very welcomed. It feels like a family.
We are located in Wheatfield, New York. It's close to the Niagara Falls Airport, and it has ample parking 24-hour security systems.
We have various room sizes available for rent on a monthly or annual basis. This is your perfect business incubator. If you want to schedule a tour, please contact us at 716-531-2075, and we look forward to meeting you.
All right, thank you so much for showing that.
NAS 716.
Again, the point that you had, this is if you wanted to rent an office right here in this building too, it's only very minimal fee, and you can test out your idea. Before you do that, do come and talk to you as well. But one thing that might stop people, and I need to ask you this question.
Yeah.
There's a fee listed for $100, obviously, for over a month training. That seemed like a very legit, actually, a very minimal fee too. If people just want to come and talk to you, beside this, is there any fee?
No,
Do they have to pay
no.
anything?
No. So we can meet one-on-one. Part of all of our services includes one-on-one mentoring. There's no charge for that. It's just the formal classroom training for all the, things that we hand out.
So
and
what's the
whatnot.
catch? Why do you want to help people?
That's what our mission is. So we are here. That is our mission, is to be helpful. But we do one-on-one mentoring. I can meet people via Zoom if they prefer. We can meet on the telephone. We have plenty of conversations on the telephone. We can meet regularly. There's a lot of people that I've been meeting with regularly. So they're helping, if somebody's working on their business plan, I'm happy to sit on the other side of the computer and say, let's talk about your business description. What is your value proposition? Meaning, what problem are you solving? Like, we'll just go through the whole thing until we have something that's complete. And onward from that, there's plenty of times that people get where they need to be and they're like, I'm still not getting the work. Why not? And we just kind of look at where they are and how we can tweak it. One of the things that we also help with, honest, I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, is the New York State Minority and Women Business Enterprise Certification. It's a New York State certification, and we can help with that application. You have to be in business for a year, but we can help with that application and just sort of connect people where they need to be connected.
Okay, thank you so much. We're almost at the end of the show. Do you have any special message? Anything that we forgot to mention so far? Anything?
Well, I really hope people will come to our website, Ibero Busienss Center.org, and take a look at some of the things that we have done, take a look at some of the pictures, and come and sign up for our class. We'd love to have you in our class. It's a fun class.
All right, there you go. There you have it, guys. We're making it, or Ann is making it very easy for people to get back to starting a business, or if you still have idea, just come and discuss with her. It doesn't cost you anything at all. With that, we're going to end our show. I said that I had a surprise for you, so let's look at the schedule one more time, and I'll talk about what the surprise is. Our show again is Monday to Thursday, 6 p.m. On Monday is Clearing the Mist with Ken Hamilton. On Tuesday is Vibing with Vicky Weidman. Wednesday is Dr. Nasir Khan's Faith Matter. And then on Thursday is Mind Your Business with Naz. And the surprise is, for me and my kids, I'm taking my older two kids on a road trip. I'm not going to be in the studio. If I'm not in the studio and my son is not at the studio, that means that no one can sit behind the desk where my son is sitting right now. Thank you, Qasim, to produce the show. So we're taking this show on the road. So we're going to be calling for 1 week. It's going to be a Naz road trip. So we're going to go without giving you too much detail and everything. I actually don't have anything planned. I know that I want to go all the way up to Texas. So just one whole week, 2 kids in the car. And I'm going to go to Virginia, maybe Atlanta, maybe stop in Alabama, I don't know, and then go all the way to Texas, maybe come back through Oklahoma, Indiana. I don't know what the plan is. I don't even know how many days. My wife asked me if I have booked any hotels, and I'm not booking anything because it's going to be.
That's awesome.
And I'll show you guys too. I'm really, really excited about this. I know my kids are too. And I kind of feel like after 15 minutes, they're gonna ask me, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" I'm not looking forward to that question, Qasim.
I was born in Texas, so.
Okay, so you wanna send something back to your
Yeah.
family, friends there? We'll do that. But I'll show you. I'll try to take pictures and videos so I can show you, and I'll take you with me. I know you guys can't come with me, but I'll take you guys with me. With that, thank you so much for watching this show. We will have Ann again on the show again sometime soon. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Anas.
Thank you.